Good evening everybody and welcome. Welcome to Midweek Racing Tier 2 Round 9. We're here in Suzuka, Japan. As you can see, not a lot of people showing up. The usual towards the end of a season. Also a difficult track. Maybe a few guys choosing to avoid it. Really got a bit of action out on track. I'll say that we see a Ferrari going up against the barrier, losing a end plate on the left hand side. Difficult circuit this. Watch Raptor. He's in the pits. Oldie Bones, Esotronic, and Manu. That is your three drivers out on circuit. You see, we're not having a full qualifying session today. Just the short qualifying session. I believe it's a session of 18 minutes. We have just under 16 minutes to go. No lap times as of yet. Still no lap times. 15 minutes remaining in the session. There we go, just getting my YouTube set up so I can see if somebody comments. Thanks there for the confirmation. Dry race. Just let me mute my own voice there, no need to hear it twice. Easier said than done. So Quinton just confirming it is a dry race, but it is overcast. And if it's overcast from beginning to end, we know that that might change when we get to the grid. Oldie Bones and Manu have put their lap times in, a 1:32.7, 1:34.3. So a big gap there in between those two. Raptor, another man out on circuit. Cowboy also out on circuit. Got Maurice, Esotronic and Quinton in the pits for now. Tier 1 has not gotten going as of yet, as far as I know. They're busy setting up on their side. Fastest now, there goes Raptor, 1 minute 30.4. Fastest time so far. Obviously just the one session. Might be mistaken, but as far as I understand it, the fastest lap you set in this session, those are the tyres you're going to start the race on. So you don't want to do too many laps on those tyres. If that's your fastest lap, nurse them back to the pits, take good care of them. Gonna start the race on those. Oldie Bones in the pits. Cowboy out on circuit, currently third. Manu fourth, on his way into the pits. No movement from Maurice as of yet. No lap time. Mesotronic and Quinton, no lap times for them either, but they're both out on circuit. Toro Rosso, a Haas and a Racing Point all on outlaps. As I say that, the Racing Point goes into the pits. Cowboy going very slowly. Raptor coming out of the pits. That horse finally emerging from the pit lane. What, ooh. It's a little bit of commentator's curse. Giving it a bit too much on the exit, finding the barrier. Quinton now goes over the line to start his first flying attempt of the evening. 10.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Quinton, the only man to so far attempt a lap on a set of mediums. Basically, this shortened session works like it basically works like a Q2 session. So he obviously wants to start that race on a set of mediums, willing to give up a bit of time. On provisional pole, 130.4. Raptor, he's on an outlap. And as I say that, Quinton takes provisional pole, the 129.9. First man under the 130s. And if Raptor's going to better that, he needs to find half a second. I was obviously on a set of mediums. Raptor on a set of softs. Oldie Bones has retired from the session. Not sure if he made a mistake or if he's just had enough. Maurice emerging from the pits again. You see, spun on his last outlap. Got a bit of wing damage. Mesotronic as well on his way out of the pits. No lap time as of yet. And Manu's gonna go over the line now to start another quick lap. Currently in fifth, the 134.3. We're looking to improve on that. Raptor also on an outlap, currently going through Spoon. There's Quinton, man on provisional pole, brings those tyres straight back into the pits. Like I said, needs to look after those. I think he's going to start the race on those. Raptor, this is still an out lap. He's going to start a quick lap now. Oh, there we go, my timing screen was wrong. That was a fast lap. That's a 1:29.3. Usually he's going to have the set of softs at the start. Going to be faster at the start of this race. But as his tyres begin to fall away, Quinton's going to have that extra grip. See, everyone else on the grid is on softs. So I think he's going to be a little bit out of sync with everyone else. But further back, we've got Maurice and Esotronic yet to set lap times, currently sitting in 6th and 7th. Not sure if that's a glitch in my timing screen or if Maurice just went fastest in Sector 1. But Sector 1 just lit up in purple. Let's see what he can come up with. Goes through Spoon now. It's a nice exit. We wait for the sector time. See what he can come up with. Purple again. So if it's not a glitch in the game, I think this could be pole position or something very close to it. Goes through this final chicane onto the main straight. Let's see what he can come up with. There we go, pole position, a 1:29.3, 8 thousandths of a second. That's what covers the top two. Let's go back to Esotronic. The only man now yet to set a lap time. He's on a quick lap, I believe, going through the chicane now. Right at the end of Sector 3, that's where we join him. Goes on to the main straight. It's a 1:40. So not his ideal lap. Slowing down again, just 4.5 minutes remaining on the clock. He does want to get out there and have a decent lap. He needs to watch his time. Look at that gap at the front, 8 thousandths of a second. 1:29.310, 1:29.318. And then Quinton also in the 1:29s, but crucially on a set of mediums. Cowboy goes over the line to start. Another attempted fast lap. Currently in 4th, 1:31.7. Gonna have to find a chunk of time if he's going to move up a position. At 1.8 seconds. Don't trust my maths. Something close to that. Top 3 all in the pits. They know they don't need to go out there. Rejoin with Cowboy as he's running wide. If he's got enough fuel in the car, then maybe he can give it another go. Save up the ERS and give it another go. Just 3 minutes remaining in the session. Not going to be able to come into the pits and get back out. Oh, Esotronic coming into the pits with 3 minutes remaining. And if he's going to get back out there, it's going to be touch and go, and it's going to have to be really quick. Or he's okay with starting in 7. Suppose there's only 7 runners. Starting last is not that far back. Ooh. Sure what happened there, but I'm sure you saw it on screen as well. A little bit of lag or a little bit of a glitch. Almost looked like the horse was going straight for the pit wall. Benson has left the session, obviously happy with proceedings. Confident with that third place, unless Cowboy can find a whole chunk of time. Wonder if he might have got corner cutting there. See the track's lit up in red, and I think this lap's invalidated. Well, it's just no one else out on track, just Cowboy. Not sure why the track's lit up in red. Not sure if that means invalidated lap. You can see that mini-map on your right hand side. See if he does improve. It's currently a 1. Nope, dives into the pits. And that will be that. I suppose I can start reading those results unless there's any grid place penalties. Looks like Maurice has taken, I almost made a terrible mistake. Raptor goes over the line. He's just got over the line with 36 seconds remaining on the clock. He's going to go for one more lap. He's got a fresh set of softs. What I presume is a fresh set of softs. Don't think he'd use his old set. He's out there looking to improve. He needs to find 8 thousandths of a second if he's going to take pole position. And it doesn't look like this is going to be it. He's backing off. Lap looked a bit scruffy. I think he's accepted second place. I think that's that. I don't see anyone else out on circuit. Ooh! The man on provisional pole loses it right at the end of the session. He's not going to improve on his time. He was actually out on a set of softs. So I don't think anyone's going to improve at the end of this session. We're just going to wait for whoever's still out on track to finish up. And that's that. Apparently 15 drivers in tier 1, no tier 1 stream. Well, if there's no one, well, send me an invite to that lobby. Yeah, send me an invite to the tier 1 lobby and then I'll go there. There's not a lot to commentate on here, and I think the guys will understand. So if anybody in the tier 1 lobby is able to send me an invite, and I'll go over to tier 1 and I'll see. Now we're just in between qualifying and the race. Okay, I have got it. And Steph, are you guys still in qualifying? And how far along are you? Well, there's just the start of the formation lap. Okay, so over in tier 1, they're in Q1. 6 minutes to go. So I'm going to go over to tier 1. I'm sure the guys here will understand. It's just 7 drivers. If your hunt does come back to tier 1, then I'll come back this side. But we'll just try and go in between the two. And there we go. I'm not going to start again because if you're on the stream, then you've been listening to me for a while already. But okay, we're in Q1 of tier 1. 4.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Seems like they started with 15 drivers. Staffy has retired from the session. I'm not sure if that's due to a mistake or if well, obviously he's done enough. Not going to have anyone eliminated from this round. We'll have 5 drivers eliminated from the next. Riding now with the McLaren of Gavpig, currently no lap time set. Went purple in the first sector. See his first lap so it's personal best in the second. It's good enough for third. It's 1:29.5. Let's just go through these times. I haven't had a look at these at all. Mackett, he's on provisional pole, a 1:28.7. Seriously quick time. Dirk's there in second, 28.8. And Gavin at 1:29.5. Similar to what we were seeing in tier 2 earlier. Shark and Ronnie, they're in 4th and 5th and decided to retire from the session. John Malama currently in 6th with a 1:31.5. He's on his way into the pits, obviously happy with his work in Q1. But nobody really needs to fear elimination in Q1. Just the 15 cars to start with. Okay, so Ranger the only actual retirement. All the other cars you see grayed out on your list there, they're simply happy with their session. So it means we'll be going to Q2 with 14 drivers. A little over a minute and a half to go in Q1. Still a lot of action out on circuit. Currently riding with Verlandel. It's in 8th, 1:31.9. Boucher down in 10th, 1:32.8. John Malama in the pits. Ross out on track. Gavin out on track. Currently a 1:29.5. Just bring up some info on your screens. Obviously everybody on a set of softs, yes, except for Vino. Surprisingly, Vino there in 7th in the midfield. He's on a set of hards. Not sure what that's all about. Apparently, I need a second PS4 so that I can just stream both. Would be interesting. I have to get a PS4 Pro, then I can finally stream in HD. If you look at your YouTube settings, I'm streaming in 720 because I can't stream in any higher. Couple of seconds left in the session. Everyone has returned to the pits. Got Carterboy 55 as well as Boucher. They're out on circuit. Everyone else pretty much done. Technically it's HD, yes. Technically. 1080p is what I meant. I am unable to broadcast in 1080. So that's the end of Q1. So 14 drivers will go through. So we have the one retirement. Let's just go through the order. First place Mac at second, Duxter, then Gavin in third, Jacques in fourth, Ronnie fifth, Pajama Llama sixth, Vino for Real seventh, Carterboy 55 in eighth. Then we've got Landel ninth, Boucher 10th, Staffy coming in 11th, Carterboy 45 12th, Savage Moses 13th. Noi Raider will go through in 14th. He didn't set a lap time though. And then we had the singular retirement. So just the 14 cars means 4 cars will be eliminated at the end of this session. There we go, getting a Q2, 15-minute session. Who's going to be the first to react? No movement just yet. And there we go to, what's that? That's an Alfa Romeo. Smattering of cars coming out. Track's about to get very busy. If I'm not mistaken, Duxter was the first one out on circuit. 7 cars out on track. 8. Obviously just a 15-minute session. As we go on, the sessions get slightly shorter. By the time we get to Q3, just the 12 minutes. Supposed to have this. Just noticed somebody here in my comment section, and he's supposed to be here in the commentary box helping me out, but he's in the comment section. What are you doing in the comment section? Are you lost? No lap times just yet. 11 cars out on track of the 14. We ride with Dirkster. No one has set a lap time yet. I think he was the first car out on track. Ferrari going off in sector 2. A little out of shape there at the entrance to Spoon. See, this is the all-important run in Q2. This is the tyre you intend to start the race on, or tyre you want to start on. So everyone seems to have gone for mediums, except for the two Renaults, I think that is. Botha and Pyjama Llama both on softs. Pyjama Llama yet to leave the pits. Looks like we'll go over the line now. First man set a good benchmark, 130.0. Staffy goes second, 131.9. Be happy with that on a set of mediums, nothing wrong with that. Savage Moses, he splits the two, 131.5. There is Gavin. Gavin is in sector 2. Mackett's sector 3 in the Ferrari. He comes into the pits. We saw him go off track and cause a yellow flag earlier on. Where is Gavin? Gavin's still in sector 2. Noi Raider is on an out lap. Goes over the line to start his first attempt at a quick lap here in Q2. Gavin now around the final chicane. See what he can come up with. Ooh, nicely done. That's a 129.645. Fastest lap of the session and provisional pole position. He's done it on a set of mediums. Nicely done. Mackett's still in the pits. Join the Renault here. In sector 3. It's on a set of softs. See what he can come up with. Goes around the final corner now. Goes over the line. It's good enough for 6th. Puts him 6th. Where is his teammate? Teammate's still in the pits. No movement from the other Renault garage. F1 Ronnie, as you may know him as Boinkies or Ronald, or I don't know, the man has several names. Currently in 14th, yet to set a lap time. Evan seems to be in Japan mode. Currently the fastest man on the track, 129.6. Second fastest is Vino, 129.9. 3/10 is the difference. We ride with the horse, currently on an out lap. Shark comes into the pits. Not sure what happened there with that Ferrari, but there was a stationary Ferrari on the pit straight. Not a lot of action out on track right now. Just the two cars out on track. Mackett, who runs wide, as I say his name. Commentator's curse is definitely a thing. And then Ronnie. Mackett and Ronnie both need to set lap times. 4 cars will be eliminated. in the next 7.5 minutes. Just trying to find himself some space to put a decent lap together. Doesn't want to catch up to anybody. Trying to make sure all the cars in the vicinity get away from him. Oi Raider, also no lap time as of yet. Jama Lama finally on an out lap. He's yet to set a lap time. His teammates up in 7th place. 1:31.7 for Botha. Jama Lama will be going out on softs. Got a wheel on the grass there, unfortunately. Currently in 11th, will be eliminated. Waterboy 45. Just not making the cut, he's in 11th. Mackett, Neuraider and Pyjama Llama yet to set lap times. So as it stands, those 4 would be eliminated. In 10th place, Carterboy 55, just making the cut. 1:33.5. Landel in 9th. Boucher in 8th. Those are probably your drivers at risk. Here we go, Noi Raider went purple in sector 2. See what he does here towards the end of this lap. It's gonna be pole or something close to it. I was way off over there. 1:30.8. Noi Raider goes 6th. Well, that's enough to get him into Q3. That would have been the primary objective. Mackett on an out lap, yet to get a lap time. See, there will be eliminations at the end of this session. Need to get that lap time down. Three and a half minutes remaining in the session. Lama has set a lap time. That's a 1:31.7. It's just good enough for 10th. Just scrapes in there. Staffio's retired from the session, obviously. Doesn't have any intent to go out and improve on that. So at the moment, Landel, 2 Carter boys, and Mackett, they would be eliminated if things remained like this. Saw Boucher there, briefly in the wall. He has retired from the session. Found his way into a tire wall. Mackett is going to have to do something at the end here if he doesn't want to be eliminated. If he is able to improve and get out of elimination, that means Botha is going to fall into elimination. Mackett has gone fastest in Sector 2. See what he does here over the line. That's pole position, a 129.4. Provisional pole position, excuse me. Nicely done. Also on a set of mediums. So look at that, everybody in the top 10 did it on a set of mediums. Everyone who got eliminated tried it on the faster tyre. So eliminated at the end of the session, that will be Pajama Llama, Philandel, and the two Carter boys. Botha getting in there right at the end. Just sneaking a time a little faster than his teammate. It was enough for 10th. Now, looking at Gavin's lap times, it's clear that he is in some form of Japan mode. But don't really know which one it is. If it's 100% Japan mode, then say everyone on the grid's in a bit of trouble. But more often than not, it's not 100%. How long can he hold his concentration? He's definitely got the pace, and he's definitely got the knowledge of the track. He can keep his head tonight. It'll be interesting. Still waiting for my co-commentator Wazzy, who has disappeared. I don't even think he's in the comment section anymore. Now that's someone I haven't commentated with in quite some time. That is the end of Q2. Just go through your results really quickly. In first place, obviously Mackett right at the end there, 0.2 of a second, taking it away from Gavin. Gavin finished second, Vino third, then Duxter in fourth, Jacques in fifth, F1 Ronnie in sixth, Noy Raider seventh, Staffy finished eighth, and then Savage Moses in ninth. Seems like we're gonna have 5 eliminations. We're just gonna have the 9 runners in Q3 eliminated from that session. Botha, Pajama Llama, Philandel, and your 2 Carter boys. Seems like we'll just have the 9 runners in Q3, if my screen was correct there. That's right, just the 9 runners. Cars won't mind too much, it's one less car worth of traffic on the track. Q3 is all about the shootouts, just 12 minutes. You need to get out there early, get a benchmark. If the benchmark isn't good, need all the time you can. Get out there again. Don't wait for the end of the session and rely on one run. I've seen that before. It hasn't ended well. According to my counting, 5, 6 cars out on track, 7. 7 of your 9 runners are out on circuit on an outlap. Everyone looking to set a benchmark. See, no one's worried about tyre compounds in Q3. This is all about your softest tyre, your best tyre, and going as fast as you possibly can. Anyone who's been holding back up until this point, this is when you will usually see just an update on the weather. Dry race, cloudy in the beginning with full sun in the end, so that's a lot more promising than an overcast race from beginning to end. That's not trustworthy at all. It seems a little better. Last thing you want is rain in Japan. The track is difficult as it is. It would definitely mix things up. And if the recent history of this game is to be believed, I'm sure we'll have several safety cars tonight. This is Suzuka. No lap times just yet. We ride now with Gavin. He was one of the first men out of the pits. He was second in Q2, showed a lot of pace, got beaten right at the end by Mackett by 0.2 of a second. But now he's out there on the softs. No holding back. Right on board with the McLaren driver. Nicely done through there, full throttle. Slows down for the chicane, don't want to take too much curve and cut the track. Should be fine over there, he's going to go over the line. What does he set? Sets at 1:29.5. That's his first run. Surely he's going to still have another. Let's have another set of soft waiting. Vino's gone quicker. Vino set at 1:29.1. Neuraider 1:29.3. Gavin Force the third. Jacques 1:29.9. The times are flying in. Mackett goes fastest. First man into the 1:28, so 1:28.6. There's no one touching that at the moment. Staffy has gone over the line. That's a 1:32 flat. We wait for Savage Moses, goes around the final corner now. What can he come up with? Apologies, that was an outlap. Duxter also on a flyer. And Ronnie, well, he's on his way into the pits without registering a lap time. So something not going well there on his first attempt. Can't be a commentator's curse if I didn't say a word. Can't be a commentator's curse if I didn't say a word. And I didn't say a word. They're not having the best time spinning down that spoon. It's a waste of a lap. Ronnie's still in the pits. Mackett's still on provisional pole. Probably going to see him diving into the pit lane here. There we go. Vino is in the pits. Gavin's still out there. Currently third, 1:29.2. As he did improve on that time, found another 0.3. Still not enough to get him out of third place. If he's going to get into second, needs to find another 10th, and if he's going to get into first, going to need to find another half a second. Serious pace by Mackett on the night. Two racing points in 6th and 7th. No lap time from Duxter. No lap time from Ronnie. 2 lap times we are waiting for. Wazzy, did you spot that commentator's curse? But it can't count because I didn't say a word. I just witnessed it. I didn't say a word. Currently at the top with just over 5 minutes remaining in the session. Mackett leads with a 1:28.6. Vino's in second with a 1:29.1. Gavin not far behind, 1:29.2. Nothing in it really. Neureder in fourth, 1:29.3. And then in fifth place, Savage Moses, 1:29.4. From second to fifth, you've got 4/10 of a second. You've got your 2 racing points in 6th and 7th. We still await a lap time from Duxter and Ronnie. Both of them are on outlaps as we speak. Hopefully we will see laps from them. Apparently it was a somehow I Bluetooth the commentator's curse into them anyway. Here we are, we ride with Duxter once again, currently in 8th, yet to set a lap time. He's on an outlap. We go to F1 Ronnie. Where is he? He's approaching the hairpin in the middle of sector 2. Currently in 9th, yet to set a lap time. Starting to feel a little bit desperate to get that lap over the board. Probably doesn't want to start down in 9th. Everyone in that top 10 starting on a set of mediums. I don't think we'll see any crazy strategies within the top 10. Unless we see damage in the early stages of the race, which is always possible here at Suzuka. 15 cars heading down into turn 1. It's always something to hold your breath for. Ronnie has set a lap time, it's a 1:30.1. Not sure if he's going to be happy with that or if he's going to give it another go. Let's have a look, where is Duxter? Exits from the hairpin. Approaching Spoon. Staffy giving him way there on the inside, going slowly. See what Duxter can come up with. Neureder has gone fastest. That's a 1:28.5. Takes pole position by a 1/10 of a second. Duxter now goes into the final chicane. What can he come up with? Currently 9th. No lap time for him. Goes over the line and takes pole position. Look at that, a 28.2. He left it right to the end. He left it right to the end, and wow, 28.2. Really opened up that gap. Neureder second for now, 28.5. Mackett 28.6. He's in third. He was on pole not so long ago. You know, 28.8. Probably didn't expect to find himself in the 28s and in 4th place. Gavin hasn't quite cracked the 28s. 29.2. Currently in 5th. Savage Moses 6th. Followed by the 2 racing points. Gavin now goes over the line. Going to look to improve. Does improve. Look at that. Look at the lap time between. Well, that's not technically supposed to happen according to F1 rules, but okay. Third and fourth have identical lap times. Gavin got that lap time second though, so he should be in fourth, not in third, but that is the way the game has placed them. Gavin third, Mac at fourth, identical lap times. Down to the thousandth of a second. Couple of seconds remaining on the clock. Shark does improve his lap time. He jumps Savage Moses. He goes up into 6th place. Let's see who else is still out on track. Mackett is out on track looking to improve. Gavin is out on track. Neuraider gets over the line with, I think it was with a second or two remaining on the clock, so he's going to have one more go. He's just started a lap. Gavin now going around the final corner. Doesn't activate DRS. Obviously happy with third place. We join Neuraider as he goes into a spin. So there'll be no improvement from him. Seems like Dirkster is safe for now. Who else is still out on track? Just the Racing Point of Jacques. The Alfa Romeo of Dirkster. 28-2. And Mackett has gone second. So those identical lap times will no longer appear. Shark out on track, but he's going slowly. And Neuraider as well. So I think that's safe to say that's the end of the session. Oh, what's he up to? He's using the old pit entrance. Really glad that's not the pit entrance anymore. It was insanely long. That's the end of that. That's the end of qualifying here in round 9. The Japanese round. Just going to wait for the clock to finish up so I can read the official results. Didn't see any penalties on the screen, so I think what you see on screen is pretty official. Just to make sure. And there we go, there's your results. Dirkster in first. Awesome time, 128.2, followed closely by Mack at just a tenth of a second, 128.3. Then in third place, Neuraider, not far behind, another tenth of a second, 128.5. Gavin, fourth place. Vino fifth. Shark sixth. Savage seventh. Staffy 8th. And then Ronnie coming in at 9th. No one in 10th. You see, we just did Q3 with 9 drivers instead of 10. We had a late retirement in Q2. We just have a slight transition period. You'll see there will be a formation lap. There we go. Gonna start our formation lap. Really great to see 15 runners on the grid. Relatively full grid. Both Carter boys making an appearance. We're down in 13th and 14th. Ozzy, give me a, since you refused to come to the comms box, give me a prediction there. Top 5. So the formation lap is also some good practice for when you're behind a safety car. Except when you're in the formation lap, you can get away with it. If there is a bit of a collision, if there is a bit of a problem, you're gonna get thrown on the starting grid. If you do something like that behind the safety car, most of the time it's a penalty. Apparently, the com box door is locked. So just give me a second. There we go. We joined for the start of the race. Turn 1 here in Japan, always an interesting one, and we're underway. Duxter gets a great start. Mackett not the best. Neuraider up into second. He's on the outside. Ooh, nicely done. Seems like everyone getting through turn 1 relatively cleanly. I'm not seeing... Oh, and as I say that, immediately, virtual safety car. We have a virtual safety car half a lap in. Well, I don't think I've seen this before. Virtual safety car. Lap 1 of 27. I was actually talking to Johan earlier, and I jokingly predicted 4 safety cars today. But I was joking, and got a virtual on lap 1. Have unlocked the commentary door, so we await my co-commentator. Seems like I'm having some sort of a sound glitch. So, yes, if you're having silence back home and all you can hear is my monotone voice, I do apologize. The cars are making no sound at the moment. I hope that that would correct itself. Let's just go to the front, see what's happening. Duxter leads this race by just under a second. He leads from Mackett. Mackett has his hands full. He's got a Merc and a McLaren in his mirrors. Neuraider and Gavin not far behind in third and fourth. Vino in fifth. Also got his hands full. Got a racing point of Jacques behind him. F1 Ronnie in seventh. Pajama Lama eighth. Staffy in ninth. And then Savage Moses bringing up the last of the points paying positions. He's in 10th. Boucher 11th. Ranger 12th. Landel 13th. And the Carter boys making up 14th and 15th. Just want to have a look if they are ghosting. They don't appear to be. Just not having a fantastic start here in Japan. Currently we've still got Duxter, Mackett, Neuraider, Gavin and Vino. That is your top five. Jacques in 6th, F1 Ronnie 7th, Pajama Lama 8th, Staffy 9th, Savage Moses 10th. Neuraider fighting for the second place. He's fighting for second place, but he's got to watch his mirrors at the same time, because if he looks in his mirrors, all he's going to see is orange. That McLaren hot on the heels of a podium. Still a long way to go. Lap 3 of 27. Just bring some info up on your screens so we can get some clarity on who's on what tyre. There we go, just some confirmation. Your top 9 all on a set of mediums, all the same age old, so we shouldn't see anything too interesting with the tyre strategies from anyone in the top 9 there. Gap at the front, sitting stable. 1.4 seconds the gap there, so Duxter has opened that gap past DRS, which is crucial. Gavin has made his way up into third, so he's got past Vino. Will you look at that? I got a co-commentator. I don't know how this is gonna work though, because he's not in the lobby.
Yeah, I'm not in the lobby, so
This
will be
is
quite interesting.
this is gonna be. Are you still watching the stream though?
I just tuned back in.
Okay, so you'll see the stream. You'll just be a little
Slow.
You'll be a little slow. Yes, you'll be a little slow. You'll
So
be
how are
like
you, Jonathan?
I'm good in yourself.
Well, if you gave me a little bit of a heads up, I would have joined you, no problem.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't think of it. I didn't even know I was doing tier 1. I actually commentated on the qualifying for tier 2, and then everyone that was watching was from tier 1 and said, like, you've only got 7 drivers there, come commentate for us. No one's streaming us and we've got 15 drivers. So I did the commentary over there and on the qualifying, and then I came over here when their race started, because they just did a short qualifying session. So they started a little earlier. They just had the 7 drivers. Should have actually thrown them in here and had a full grid.
Yeah, actually.
Really close in qualifying. I'm having a bit of a sound glitch. So really annoying stuff. Can't hear any cars. Codemasters at their best.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Apologies to anyone who's watching. Just hear my my voice and that's it. Nothing to break it up a little bit.
At least you got a soothing voice.
Vino, he's in third. Gavin's made a mistake. Gavin was up to third and now he's down to 6th and losing positions. Let's see if we can get a focus on the McLaren. Where is it? There it is. It's on the
It's an
grass.
expensive lawnmower at the moment.
And it's losing more ground. Now loses place to a Renault and to a Toro Rosso. Does he get back in position now? Yes, he does. But he's lost so much time. Went from third to... Ooh, and he's lost that too. He's out the
I don't
points
see
now.
any damage though. I don't know. I can't see clearly.
Not sure what happened there because I don't see any damage. No missing end plates. Vino up in third. I'm sure Claire Williams would be a happy lady if she saw this in F1. Nicholas Latifi or George Russell running around in third.
Yeah, I think they would love that.
Giving the Ferrari a handful. I think they'd love that. Beckett in second. Duxter still leads. This would seriously create such an interesting scenario. If this were real life, and I don't know how. Don't ask me how it happened. I'm not that creative. I don't know how it happened, but somehow we're in the end stages of the race. Kimi's leading from a Ferrari. And they tell him, Kimi, move. I don't think he's going to move.
No, you know that's not going to happen. He probably told him, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. You know?
Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing. And the good news is the boss over at Alpha says he can drive for as long as he wants.
Well, apparently, according to our favorite Netflix show, Drive to Survive, he's doing it as a hobby. So that's good news.
They had all of about 5 seconds of Kimi Räikkönen, so... And I don't understand what he said, so...
Yeah.
He said something, I don't know what he said. But I was like, hey, there's my hat. So Dixter still leads the race from Mackett. Nothing changing up front just yet. Vino in third. He was in third, then lost that position to Gavin, then claimed it again. Not sure what Gavin did, but put him down in 10th place. Got him.
F1 Ronnie, or Boinkies, or whatever his name is, got a good start. He started like 10th, I think.
He's doing a good job. Need to see a good season from Haas. Coronavirus couldn't have come at a worse time. But you really need a very good season from Haas because they are seriously considering leaving the sport. So that would be disappointing to have just 18 cars on the grid. It'd be easier to fill a TMB lobby though, but just keep on dropping teams from F1, you know, it'll make TMB easier. Hope that will never be the case for Williams. It'd be a very sad day the day Williams closed down.
I don't think that would happen, personally.
Claire Williams is not very willing to sell, so the money's going to have to come from somewhere.
That will. It should.
It's really the last of that. There was a whole bunch of cars that were just named after their owner, and all of those cars are basically gone if you think about it. Times of Jordan and Prost and
yeah,
up at
not
the front.
Easy sport these days.
Not anymore. I mean, the money is insane. I mean, I don't know how accurate it is, but I heard something along the lines of what Haas spends to run a single Grand Prix weekend, and that's an average Grand Prix weekend, not the cheapest one, not the most expensive one, on average. what they spend on an average Grand Prix weekend is enough to run Gene Haas's NASCAR team for the whole year.
It's crazy, eh?
So if you put that sort of thing into perspective, it's like his entire NASCAR team budget is one race, and then you don't even do that well, so it's not the best marketing for your name. You know what I mean? So rather just, I guess it's easier to stay where you are and where you're winning and where you've got the brand recognition.
I think parts-wise and car-wise, it's probably much cheaper to build a car to go only around left-hand banked corners. So
Yeah, no, definitely. This is all, it's the difference between MotoGP and World Superbikes. World Superbikes, those are, those bikes are available on the road. They might be boosted up in every way possible, but those are chassis that are available in your local showroom. Whereas a MotoGP is all prototype, and that's what this is. This is all prototype, and there's no singular chassis in this formula. Well,
it looks like Gavin is trying to fight his way back. Oh, and
Gavin
as I said,
has retired. Gavin has DNF'd. That is the end of the McLaren. We were hoping for something special from him.
safety car as well.
He's triggered the safety car. That's what he's done. He's triggered the safety car. So he's neutralized the race. What does it mean for the top 9 on mediums? Do they just, Duxter coming in, Mackett coming in?
It's hard to say. Maybe they'll put chuck on the hard tires and try to go to the end.
Vino comes in. So your top 4 all into the pits. What will Ronnie do? It's a bit of gravel on his mediums. Surely he'll come into the pits. No, he doesn't. Ronnie stays out. Decides to go for the track position. He will lead the race. Seems like
Duxter and Mackett going for the auto compound.
Yeah, seems like all those cars that came in, they're all going onto the hard. Pajama Llama, currently in 6th, the only Renault in the points. As I say that, Boucher goes up into 10th. So we've got 2 Renaults in the points. Still on a set of mediums. I don't think he has stopped. No, he hasn't. So he's still trying to catch that safety car.
It would be interesting if they have another safety car period. The guys on the harder tires would obviously stop for another set of mediums or softs, even possibly,
depending on how far. If it's 8 or 9 laps to go, you could see them throw on a set of softs. Go for fastest laps. Safety car period is obviously a minimum of three laps, I believe.
Well, 2, depending on the track, I suppose, and when they pick up the leaders and all that. But
On
I think
the map,
it will go another lap, and then at the end of the next lap, it will pull in.
like this little addition they've done to the game. You see there in your little spectator menu, you've got a track map.
Yeah.
And you can.
I noticed that when I watched you now in qualifying.
You can. You can set it to mini or full, and then you can see where everyone is, and it helps with the safety car period. You can see where everyone is on the track.
Okay.
It's got 2 guys there at the back there that don't seem like they have any hope of catching this queue. Going around Spoon when everyone else is going around the S's.
Well, it must be said, seeing as Gavin triggered the safety car, this safety car is probably sponsored by Heineken. So I have to...
That's probably, obviously Heineken Zero, right? Or is the guy just driving on Heineken? I mean, hopefully it's Heineken Zero. That would be quite a sight. Safety car crashing. Then they find out the driver was drunk. Seems like everyone's catching the queue. Just those two cars there towards the back. They still have to cover the S's. Catching up quite quickly. I think everyone's going to catch up.
Well, we'll see if it pulls in now or if it will stay out.
As things are, Ronnie will lead this race at the restart. He's going to have 4 cars behind him on hards. Wonder if they just didn't make the wrong call there. 1st place and 6th place. Ronnie and Pyjama Llama both on a set of mediums 10 laps old. And those tyres probably aren't going to last much longer after the safety car period. See if the safety car comes in.
No,
Does not.
Still flashing.
Stays out. So everyone will catch up to the queue. Another lap. Hopefully everybody remembering to turn their ERS down to 0. Saving your battery.
It looks like it.
And as I say that, a few of the guys don't. Should be the guy that's listening to me the most, because I know he's in the comment section. Why do you have your ERS on? The safety car really having a slow drive. It's quite frustrating beyond the safety car. Now the problem for Ronnie on this restart is those mediums are 11 laps old, and he's probably let them cool down behind the safety car, as well as the brakes. So he's not going to have much of an advantage on those mediums.
I don't think he'll have any advantage.
And then when they
want to make the doors as wide as possible.
When they do get up to temperature, I think he's really only going to have a lap or 2 in them, and then the hards will probably take over. Boy 55 picking up a penalty for a collision with Ranger, apparently, behind the safety car.
Oh dear.
That's not what you want. Collisions behind safety car can lead to drive-through penalties and all sorts of things. And of course, if you do have a drive-through penalty, remember, do not serve it or try to serve it under a safety car. You will simply have a pit stop.
Yes.
Do not do that.
Somebody else gets a penalty. Or is it just me that's being late on the stream?
You might be a little late on the stream. I can actually tell you. Let's see here. Well, you're not that far beyond.
Safety car pulling in on my screen.
Safety car comes in, and there we go. Gonna have a restart now into turn 1 on these cold tires. Remember, your leaders on mediums. 2nd down to 5th, all on hards. Ooh, and we've had a spin. Who was that? I'm sure, I think I saw a car going sideways. Maybe it was a bit of lag. Ronnie still leads by half a second. Duxter still leads from Mackett from Vino. Shark still 5th. Pajama Llama 5th. Sorry, Pajama Llama 6th. Those mediums will be aging on that Renault. 12 laps old now. How much longer he can stay out on those. And now the problem is everyone caught up to the safety car. So if you're in the midfield and you pit, you're going to come out behind everyone.
Yeah.
There hasn't been enough time for anyone to have gaps, so you'll come out behind everyone. Carterboy and Blandel must have been a lap adrift because it seemed like they had caught the queue. Not sure what happened there. Duxter takes the lead. Nicely done.
Exit, yeah.
Really nicely done. And now surely these tyres on the Haas, they're not going to be in their best shape, and he's just going to start losing time. When does he pit though? Because he's going to lose so much track position.
Mackett will be desperate to pass him as soon as possible because he's just going to lose time behind him.
So obviously got Duxter in the lead of the race on exactly the same strategy as him. They went in on the same lap, picked up the same compound of tyre, and now he can maybe see him getting further up the road. He's going to want to get past that horse and get on with it. Our second DNF.
Pajama Llama, yeah.
Pajama Llama. Another one of our Friday TNB races. A little bit, we're going back to 100%, guys. Gonna have to work on this consistency.
Yeah.
Mackett now all over the back of that horse. Needs to get by. Wants to be patient. He doesn't want to lose the front wing over this. He's on a hard tyre. He's in it for the long haul. Wants to go to the end of the race. Lose a wing. That could be the end of that strategy. Needs to be smart about it.
Oh, another safety car.
And well, I'm so glad I've got a co-commentator for this. It's like commentating in like two lap intervals, and then, well, it's going to be another 3 laps or so of this. Everyone can bunch up again.
But what? Yeah.
Now what happens here? Because surely the guys that are on hards, they've only done 5 laps, so they've got no reason. They've got no reason to come in. They can just stay out there and keep track position. But surely Ronnie is going to have to come in
for mediums. I'm pretty sure he'll come in for medium. Well, he can't go for mediums. He's on mediums.
He started on mediums. You need to use 2 different compounds. So it's either the soft or the hard.
I don't know if the soft will last. Duffy.
Soft is going to be what, 12 laps?
Yeah, what's it?
Well, technically you're not going to lose more track position if you pit now or the next lap. So, maybe if he spends the maximum amount of time that he can behind the safety car before he pits, then it's less laps to do on that set of softs.
Well, let's see what he does. Comes into the pits.
Yep, set of softs. He's going for a set of softs. See where he comes out. There we go. Not too bad. 6th place. Staffy currently going around in 5th in your favorite car, the Racing Point.
Oh, yes. It's good. I told him in the comment section it's top 5 time for him tonight.
Not going to be known as the Racing Point for much longer. Don't know if we're even going to see a Racing Point this year. But supposedly next year, Aston Martin Racing. With their number 1 driver, and was his favourite, Lance Stroll.
No comment.
You know, there's a part there on Drive to Survive. I really enjoyed Drive to Survive, but there was this one part where I cringed a little bit. And I don't like to use that word, but that's exactly what I did. I cringed. And it was a part with Lance Stroll, and he's busy talking. They're interviewing drivers, and they get to this part with Lance Stroll, and he says, "What? Diamonds are made under pressure." And I was like,
Yeah, I know what you're talking
"Oh, you shut up."
that was almost like a Julian Palmer, be alert in the street circuit moment.
Yeah, no. When I heard him say that, I was like, "No, you don't get to say things like that."
No, you just want to pluck out that Nico Rosberg thumbnail and say, "Is Lance Stroll's career over?"
It's quite funny. I actually saw one of those about 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes after the Australian Grand Prix was cancelled. Oh no, it was about 10 minutes after McLaren had pulled out of the Australian Grand Prix, and it was like, is McLaren's career over? And it had Rosberg there in the back, and it's like, God.
Yeah. I just see Steffi stopped for softs, and I think he changed his wings, so he must have had damage behind the safety car. And I see the guy's getting a little bit argy-bargy in the queue, yeah.
The problem now is, when you start getting into the realm of second safety car and third safety car, the guys start getting a bit aggravated. You're driving around slowly. It's one thing when you're right at the back and, the safety car comes in and rescues your race, and you just have to chase down the queue. But once, like, they were in the safety car, they were in a queue, so probably this safety car came up, and it didn't take a long time for everybody to bunch up, and now they're probably going to have to drive like this for 2 laps and just...
Well, the longer this keeps up, the more, the more it plays into Ronnie's hands.
Absolutely, he's got that set of softs. Just needs obviously turn his fuel down, turn his ERS down, save everything that he can, and he's gonna, when the race restarts, he's gonna have like 8 or 9 laps to do on a set of fresh softs that have not been pushed. So
also not in a bad position, considering he's on mediums, 1 lap old mediums.
Staffy in 11th, and it's going to be killing him.
I see in the Bouchard losing his wing there.
Ooh, and there we go. It's the end plate. And the Haas gives him a shove. There we go. The Renault's going to come into the pits. Yeah. Staffy will get track position and up into the points. He'll restart this race in 10th. And that's like seriously unfortunate. Boucher came into the pits as the safety car ended. So he's gonna come out 30 seconds behind this queue. That's not Corona, I can explain that, but I'm not going to. Carter Boys running around in 7th and 8th, Vino 6th, Ronnie 5th. He's in a good position. He's got that set of softs. He's going to be quick in the closing stages of this race.
I think he should make it count right now, and then...
Top 4 all on hards. Ronnie, the first man on a softer set of tyres.
My rider going well on the hards as well, getting past Savage Moses.
Still 9 laps to go. We could get another safety car, you know. Ooh. Some wheel to wheel there between Merck and Red Bull. Neuraider and Savage Moses.
Oh dear.
Mac at fastest lap. 1:32.6. It's currently running around in second. Half a second behind Duxter. Alpha leads from Ferrari. Oh, I wish I could say that. That would be brilliant. Actually, do you know what the first ever Grand Prix Enzo Ferrari won? Was in an Alpha. Yeah.
Virtual safety car.
That's the second virtual safety car of the race. You were watching at the beginning, right? We had a virtual safety car on lap 1, like a Palmer moment.
Like 3 corners in the race, I saw that, yeah.
Not sure what happened there. Then we've had 2 full course safety cars. So we've had 2 of
I
each.
was actually in bed enjoying it
Until I
summoned me
called you to the com box.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
had
was
actually put
getting.
on some clothes for this. I was chilling in bed, lekker.
Ay. You had to come here to the com box and
Nah, it's always
you had to put the
pleasure
gown
to
on.
grace the com box with you.
Had to put the gown on to walk into the com box. It's a close race here between the Alpha and the Ferrari. No team orders here. I tell you, Botha would be pulling his hair out. We've got another DNF. Staffy has retired.
Oh no, Steffi.
Staffy has retired. He was in the points. Disappointing. Not sure what happened there. We're riding with Boucher so that we can maybe
Hopefully
get a glimpse of Staffy's car when he drives past. But we seem to have missed it. We didn't see it on our camera angle.
No.
So Staffy has retired. That leaves 10 runners. Verlandel will get promoted eventually into 10th place. Means everyone who finishes will take home points. Staffy saying sun in his eyes. I wonder if maybe in the lobby find when you don't set that race time to official, sometimes you can get some.
Yeah, you can get some weird sun positions, some tracks.
7 laps to go. Duxter still leads, Mac at second, Neuraider still third. Top 3 remain the same.
Close racing.
Look at this now for the lead. Mackett into the lead around the inside. Nicely done.
Good driving, but
Surely the Alpha's gonna come back at him. Here's a question for a true Kimi fan. How many Shell logos appear on the Ferrari? It's quite shocking, actually.
I'm thinking. I know there's one on the nose cone, or there used to be one on the nose cone. And then down at the bottom on the side. So I'm thinking 3, but it might be only 1, I'm not sure.
Can't tell you where all of them are, but I can tell you that there is indeed a total of 13 Shell logos on the Ferrari.
Fantastic.
Why do I know that? I don't. If only I knew useful stuff.
Well, that is quite useful.
13 shell logos on the Ferrari. Just in case you didn't know what fuel was in there. Now this time around the Alpha takes the inside line. A repeat of the move we saw on the previous lap. These two trading positions.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the whole way through with that TRS zone there.
Go down to the man in 5th. Ronnie, he hasn't really made the most of those softs. He's currently down in 5th. Neuraider still in 3rd. Hasn't been able to keep up with these two. But if they keep on tripping over each other, they may bring Neuraider and Vino into this.
Vino is catching Neuraider. Not quickly, but he's catching.
5 laps to go. Vino obviously on a set of mediums. Gonna have a little bit more grip than Neuraider in front of him. He's done 12 laps on that set of hards. Still got life in them, but it's starting to approach the danger period. 5 laps to go. Ranger, he's hasn't got much broadcast time from me today. He's really stayed under the radar, but he's in 6th place. He's going to get good points.
Definitely.
Carter boys.
No man's land there.
Carter boys.
4 seconds behind, 9 seconds in front.
Also Carter boys 7th and 8th. They started outside the top 10. Didn't qualify for Q3. And there they are, 7th and 8th. So just consistency. Maybe not speed, but definitely consistency. And then the only Renault left in this race, Boucher 9th. And Verlandel is on track in 10th, but he seems to be ghosting. Let's go back to the front. Dux the leads. That gap now bigger than we've seen it in a while. 1 second. Leads from Mackett. Neuraider 3rd. Where is Vino? Well, if a Williams beats a Merc and an Alpha beats a Ferrari, team owners are going to be having a chat later on. Ronnie hasn't really been able to make the impact I expected on those softs. Thought he was going to come back strong at the restart. Just really fell away.
But those softs really don't last long, so I'm thinking they're quite finished already.
It's really difficult circuit. Grass everywhere. Run wide, get some grass on the tires, and takes quite a while to get the temperature back up to where it should be before you can attack again. That gap, I said it was the biggest I'd seen it. It was a second. It's most certainly not a second anymore. It's 0.3 of a second. And the gap to Neuraider, just 0.4 of a second. So 0.8 of a second cover the top 3 on the track.
Gloves off, gents. Gloves off.
Not yet decided. 3 manufacturers cover the top 3. Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, Mercedes-Benz. And if these 3 trip over each other, Vino is not far behind. Catch up to these 3 very quickly if they start going 3 wide into corners that they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, couldn't wish for a better finish. Look at this, 2 laps to go. 0.9 of a second cover your top 3. Vino not far off. Mackett now really in a difficult position because he's obviously defending, but he can't let Duxter get away. But how do you attack without looking at your mirrors?
Well, the main thing there, especially on that main straight there, he needs to hold on to the DRS of the Alpha in front to defend better against the Merc behind him. So
See, the one at a disadvantage would be the Alpha, the one in the lead. He's not going to get any DRS. These two are going to get a serious tow. .25 of 27. Ranger picking up a 3-second time penalty. There we go. Onto the main straight. Alpha Ferrari Merc. DRS is open. Ooh, nothing into turn one. The Merc thought about it. Actually got really close there between second and third. They kept their positions for now. You know, falling back just a little bit. Not sure if Ronnie went off track at some stage. These 12 seconds adrift. Slappy just saying that the sun really did get in his eyes and he couldn't see the apex of the corner. So maybe that was the case. Maybe the start time of the race was just set to something funny. And depending on...
Smoke visor helps put.
Or he's looking for excuses. One of the two. Mackett's still second. 0.3 of a second is the gap. Duxter leads. Let's try and get some onboard shots for you. Here we go.
So watch out for the commentators, Chris.
Just ride with Neuraider. Just so we can get a view of the two guys in front of him. Ooh, Mackett going a little bit sideways, holding it nicely. Duxter holding on to the lead for now. This is the final lap. There's going to be one final lunge. Where's it going to be? In the chicane? Final chicane?
Yeah. Just one after 130R. Big braking zone.
It's happened here as well, but not close enough. I have no idea what is wrong with this game, but it's given me the sound glitch. This is something I haven't had in a long time, actually. Very annoying. It's like playing the official Formula E game. Well, there we have it. That lunge is not gonna come.
No, too far back.
We'll follow Duxter as he goes over the line and wins round 9. Look at that, the top 3. What a finish. Oh no. Oh no. There was penalties.
Oh,
there was penalties. Duxter's finished third. Mackett's won this race. Vino second. Vino gets second. Neuraider lands up in fourth. Penalties have the final say. Ronnie fifth. Ranger sixth. We now wait for the pairing of the Carter boys to come over the line in 7th and 8th. Still, there they come. These two boys seem to be pretty close to each other on track. There we go, double points for the siblings. Voucher as well now classified. Just wait for the final car of Landel. Doesn't appear to be ghosting now. Or is it? I don't think it's ghosting.
I don't know.
Did spend a majority of the race ghosting behind the safety car. Not sure if he had connection issues. But he'll come over the line and pick up the final point. And there's my sound. Oh wow, thank you game. Lovely. You decided to throw that in there as Landel went over the line. At least I know my TV's not broken. Feel better now. But yes, there we go. There's your podium celebrations. Great drive by Mackett. Actually thought Dixter had it in the end, but penalties was what decided it in the end. There we go, let's just go through your results really quickly. Mackett winning the race from Fino, Dixter in 3rd, then Neuraider 4th, Ronnie 5th, Ranger in 6th, Carterboy 55, he finished 7th, Boucher 8th, Carterboy 45, 9th, and then you've got Landel in 10th, then Staffy, Savage Moses in 11th and 12th. Oops. There we go. Oh, there we go. They DNF. Staffy, Savage, Jacques, Pajamalov, and Gavin DNF. 5 DNFs. 10 finishes. And that's that. I don't know if I'll be back next week in Tier 1 or Tier 2 or where I'll be, but I'm sure you will have a stream next week. And we'll see you then for round 10. Wazzy, thank you for joining me.
No problem. Just give me a shout out earlier. I might
going
even
to
join you in the lobby, which would make it
just
much
going
more
to say goodbye to the stream, guys. Enjoy. See you next week.
Cheers.